captained by DJ Forbes. Tim Mickelson in there, their top try scorer this season. What an immaculate sevens player Tim Mickelson is. But of course, strength, power and pace all the way through this Fijian team, notably Viri Viri, their top scorer here in Glasgow.
Yeah, I think the key players, you talked about that Dubai final, and the key part of that was the kickoff. Two White was majestic at winning the kickoff area, and that'll be the key thing that I think the Fijians will focus on. If they can dominate both at restart time when they're chasing their own and gathering the New Zealand ones, then I think Fiji have got a chance to upset the apple cart. If not, if it gets parity there, then you just fancy the power and the pace and the guile of the New Zealanders.
Fiji's 4 straight wins, beating England 14-12 in their quarter-final under Ben Ryan. The former England coach led England to 5 cup titles in 6 years as the boss, and second place in the World Cup, and now switching camps and doing a pretty good job with the Fijians. Rasta Rasivenge is the referee, and a mighty fine referee he is too. Sir Gordon Titchens hoping to lead New Zealand to a 12th World Series title. What a remarkable record that is. Sir Gordon Titchens, and did that go 10 metres? Well, the first error by New Zealand, Scott Curry gathering the ball, but it hasn't gone the required distance.
Oh, it was a tight one, wasn't it, as well? But first mistake, advantage Fiji.
Dumalai takes on DJ Forbes in his 68th tournament, 65 in the 7 series, 2 World Cups and the Commonwealth Games. Just one man in there for Fiji, so New Zealand have to work hard and drive here. Fiji not engaging. This is fascinating. Will they go all the way to the line? Look at that. That is astonishing. And Fiji still not engaging.
He's got his knee on the floor. They've got to release.
And at the end of all that, Fiji win the penalty, Mike.
I mean, you could say it's a little bit ridiculous. They've gone 50 yards in the drive, he's got a knee to the floor, they all release, and then they get done for holding on. It's a nuance in the law. Fijians were very, very clever in playing it, and they've got full advantage there, haven't they?
Well, what half have they taken advantage or what of the Fijians? And it's that man again, Viri Viri, Samasoni Viri Viri, who's been absolutely on fire in Glasgow and overall this season.
And as we see here, they've got the penalty, but they're relentless on turnover ball. That's what they thrive on, that's what they're best at. Quick turnover ball before the defences can get organised is exactly what they've done there, and they've got the try. But it came from just a surreal kind of a breakdown where you've got 5 New Zealanders driving and picking up a Fijian. He manages to get his knee just on the floor, and all of a sudden they have to release him. Then they're accused of not releasing quickly enough. Penalty against. Interesting law interpretation.
I'm very, very glad we have a world authority on breakdowns in the commentary position like Friday. Well, what a start for Ben Ryan and Fiji, looking for their 3rd series win of the season, one in Dubai and Japan, 3rd in New Zealand and Hong Kong. And what a perfect start, just 2 minutes gone, they've got the lead, 7-0, taken by Lam. Lam's been good in this tournament, so strong, and he changes direction quickly too for a man of size. Here's Tim Mickelson, now Scott Curry, DJ Forbes. Gillies Kaka looking for the offload. There was nobody there on his shoulder, but they're patient. They always will be, New Zealand, retaining possession. Sherwin Stowers. Now it's Tim Mickelson. Scott Curry outside for Lam. And it's knocked forward by Ben Lam. So Fiji doing a good job in defence there.
Yeah, I mean, great attacking set there by New Zealand. The work in the breakdowns. You saw Curry coming around the corner to work harder than the Fijian fold. That gave them the opportunity for the 2-on-1 on the outside, but the accuracy of pass let them down. Great work ethic, great engineering of an attacking set, but the final skill let them down, and it's given the ball back to Fiji.
18 tries Fiji have scored in this tournament so far. DJ Forbes makes the tackle on Mulavoro.
Number 4, off your feet.
DJ Forbes penalised for coming off his feet, so New Zealand making some errors here. Kulinasai, the captain, Mulivoro. And it's Masalevu who puts in the kick. Lamb is back there for New Zealand, challenged by Viri Viri. Viri Viri tries to swing around and then contest the breakdown. But New Zealand have the ball. Tim Mickelson. Scott Curry. Runs into Domalila. Sherwin Stowers, DJ Forbes standing out on the flank, but it's Tim Mickelson with that rangy stride. We all know about the pace and trickery of Sherwin Stowers. Scott Curry, chance maybe in the wide channel here. If Lamb needs that wide channel, he's strike the ground. DJ Forbes goes in. Here's Scott Curry, and now Bryce Heem. And Bryce Heem goes clean through. A rather placid tackle there from Mulivoro. And it's the equalising try with the conversion to come.
Yeah, I mean, it's relentless wave on wave phase attack. I mean, they're playing a very, very set pattern. They're working the breakdown, they're working the width, they're working the Fijian fold. If they don't go there, then they hit up the middle where the gaps are. Mickelson started it. As soon as they were in behind, it was all about building pressure, building momentum, accuracy at the breakdown. Sooner or later, they were going to have a mismatch and a number. Bryce Heem spots it, big fend, and he's under the sticks.
3 series wins for New Zealand under Sir Gordon Titchens this season. Gold Coast, Wellington and Hong Kong. So looking for a 4th, which you feel would pretty much wrap up another World Series title. Got to get past Fiji first, though, if they're to get a title here in Glasgow. All a bit scruffy, and it's DJ Forbes looking to take advantage of it. Tim Mickelson is chasing as well. Taiwai's back there. Oh, has he made a mess of that? DJ Forbes thinks he's scored.
Well, he's been confident, and you've got to be. He's got to give that impression. He knows they're going to go to the video ref if he's not sure, and I think they will.
The ball first. Yes. All right. Lad.
Well, no reference to video. The try is given by the officials, and DJ Forbes put New Zealand into the lead.
I mean, I do love to see that. He consulted with his in-goal pip. They were consistent. They knew what they thought they saw, and Rasta's backed them. That's positive refereeing. Whether or not it's right or wrong, we'll see probably in the replays, but you can't fault the endeavour of the 3 boys going, it was a try. Yes, it is. Definitely a try. Wonderful, positive refereeing by Rasta and his 2 assistants.
Top class officiating. 65th Sevens tournament, 68 in total for New Zealand now. The man who made his debut in Wellington in 2005. 9 years of sterling service to the Silver Fern. $12 points to 7, taken by Tuai, as you say, the expert at the restarts. Managing to secure that one. Kulinasai, the captain. Rakambula.
Tackle now. Move. Out. Roll away, please.
Not
Number 2.
rolling away, New Zealand.
Roll away, please. Take it there, please. Backwards. Let's tidy this up. Take it behind the mark. No, it was backwards.
He wants to start
Take it
again.
behind the mark.
Here it is, Viri Viri. Oh.
Lad. Was that forward?
Trying to get the offload away. And the ball is out of play and touch. Fiji 3rd overall in the standings. Those wins in Hong Kong and Australia, but they're 17 points behind South Africa in 2nd place as we reach half-time, with New Zealand scoring 2 tries, responding to the one from Viri Viri. Well, there's time for one more play.
Fiji just making small little errors. 2 out of that great offloading game. Just force something there. Just the little things not going well for Fiji. Again, created by the pressure of the New Zealand press defence. These big boys putting the Fijians under pressure with ball in hand.
Bind. 6.
Gillies Kaka. And Tim Mickelson with a very firm decision to end the half.
He made sure of that, didn't he? He certainly made sure he made touch.
I think coming over the stand, that kick from Tim Mickelson, and it is New Zealand in the lead, 12 points to 7.
Keep that fucking pressure on, bro.
Everyone keep putting the fuck do that late cut. Everyone just keep chinning up.
Come on, bro. Hey, our D's great. Our D's great. There's nothing wrong with that. When we've got too many on one side, someone pull out. Someone drop into a pocket position. Give us the option, because they're chasing in numbers and 4 over here. We're 4 and 4. Like, dump it out here. All the space is out here. Second, I tell you, we're quicker than them in contact. We keep the ball. They'll gradually fucking wear them out.
Get him. In attack, let's get into the wider shape a little bit, because Sammy's hardly touched the ball in attack, but we've got to go forward and we've got to support. We can't have too many rucks. And I said to you at the beginning of today, I don't want to see us for the entire day ever with our heads down. We're looking up because that's where we're going. Yeah. You understand that?
Yeah.
And forwards. It's one score. You understand that? Yeah. Our kickoff. Let's go. 20
World Cup, Fiji against New Zealand, who've dominated the Commonwealth Games. Next up, second Cup semi-final. Bit of a surprise there, Scotland on home turf in front of their fans here at Scotstoun against Canada, who've been in really good form this season. 5 Cup quarter-finals they've reached. And they could be on the verge of a first ever Cup final,
Captain
Canada.
Full.
And the same can be said for Scotland, but who will they face in the final? New Zealand or Fiji? New Zealand have won all 4 Commonwealth Games titles. They'll be defending here in Glasgow at the end of July at nearby Ibrox Stadium. And will they go into that defence as the HSBC Sevens World Champions and the Glasgow champions indeed? DJ Forbes, Sherwin Stowers, he's so quick off the mark, great acceleration from a standing start. Off goes Lamb, and he's found a way through here and just bounces off the Fijian defender, and the offload is magical to Sherwin Stowers. DJ Forbes hasn't quite got the pace of Stowers, so he might need some help here. He'll definitely need help here.
Right now.
In goes Stowers. He's got Bryce Heem outside. Gillies Kaka in the wide channel. Heem decides to go himself. Looks for Stowers. So much pressure here for Fiji to absorb. And they have won the penalty at the breakdown. Good work by the Fijians.
Some carry by Lamb, that, wasn't it? Hey, some carry.
Off the leg, off the knee, off
A bit
the
like
knee.
his uncle Pat, wasn't it? Pat Lamb, the former Samoan captain. Here's Gillies Kaka, and now Tim Mickelson inside the Kaka, unselfish, and New Zealand pull further away.
Yes, relentless attack. I mean, he started deep in the half where Lamb pulled back into that pocket, as Titchins talked about at half-time, and then he just exploded through a gap that was offered to him, and then showed us a little bit of pace and power, and then full-on big boy bump. Look at that, big carry. Keeps the ball alive and gets the offload away, keeps the momentum in the New Zealand attack, the pressure, just relentless by them, all 7 of them working for one another on the ball and off the ball.
Ben Lamb is a candidate for team of the tournament, and if he continues to make impressions like that, you suspect he might get into it. Gillies Kaka with the try to take New Zealand into a 19 points to 7 lead.
Number 5.
Conversion was successful, just to confirm. So a mountain of work to do now for Fiji with under 5 minutes left here.
Kick-off is so important here, Robbo, so important. Fiji need to get the ball and score early here.
And Tuai does take that kick-off reception. Viri is out on the left wing here. Kalinisai, and he finds Nathangu. And taken on there by Kunatani. And it's a turnover. Scott Curry in there.
First man on his feet.
Giving away the penalty. Off goes Tuai. Tuai looking to offload, does so very Fijian, and that wasn't. That looked like a knock on there by Masalevu.
just these little offloads, they're just forcing these slapbacks there. I think they could have actually pushed the pass over the top. They've got to get better at just playing the simple push pass over the top rather than that slap pass there. He could have caught that, he could have caught that turn, he could have pushed it to his man. Opportunity lost after good work by Tuwai to drag in the New Zealand defenders to give them the opportunity in the outside channels.
Fijians have a centuries-old mindset for throwing it about, taking risks, entertaining.
9.
Mickelson. Sherwin Stowers stands up, the defender. Bully. Sherwin Stowers hasn't quite got the pace to outstrip the rest of that Fijian defence. Very working at the breakdown, but Tim Mickelson has it. In goes Kaka to bridge.
Advantage, penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage here has to be against Fiji.
Off your feet there.
Very clearly off their feet on that occasion.
There, yeah.
Stowers. Curry to Forbes. Team on the outside. Gets away from Tuwai. Here's Forbes working hard. And it's a knock on. Could have been an opportunity for New Zealand there if he'd managed to get the ball away to Stowers, but not to be.
It's got a very simple shape they're playing there as well, New Zealand. They're just playing, as they would call, just a stretch shape, moving it quickly to the outside, give the man a one-on-one to go in and out, try and suck in those 3 Fijian defenders, win a breakdown or an offload. Suddenly you see 5 Fijian defenders in the picture, then move it elsewhere.
Loose head scrumming up.
And they're away. Mafangu waits for support and he finds it from Ratambuli. Mafangu. This is Kunatani. Kunatani brought to ground and Virdi goes flying in off his feet, almost like a rocket there. But it's won back by New Zealand through Scott Curry.
Counter-ruck is good.
Counter-ruck is good, says the referee. And it's Masalevu. Masalevu dummying and dummying again. Nathangu a support from Virdi. That man again on his shoulder. How many times has he been on the shoulder of teammates in this tournament and this season?
Yeah, I mean, fantastic finisher. He sniffs the finish, doesn't he? He sniffs the try line. He's always in that support line. This makes it very interesting. 19-14 with a minute and a half on, or minute and 20 seconds on the clock. New Zealand, hands on knees. They're going to have to dig deep. Fiji, again, we talk about kickoffs. We've talked about it all game. This is big.
Well, this is the sort of climax the crowd here at Scotstoun wanted between 2 of the giants of the Sevens game. Up goes Tuwai, and there's a knock-on at the restart by New Zealand. This may create the opportunity that Fiji craved.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Fiji went the way Dixon was, because Dixon is a master under the high ball himself, and they had their taller men this side against Forbes. You would have thought that they were gone for the compete there, but they didn't. They've got lucky, they've got the opportunity, they've got the ball, they now need to make it count.
A very nervy 22 seconds lie ahead. Nathangu feeds the scrummage. Masalevu with a South Sea step. In goes Virdi. They've got to keep the ball here for Fiji. Nathangu again, the creator of the try for Virdi. And here is that man, Virdi. Pulling aside, and on the far side, it's Nakasau. And driving into contact, Viliami Mata. And was that a knock forward there? Was that a knock forward? It's advantage to New Zealand, and they're right on the hooter.
Counter-ruck was good, lost the forward right.
And there is the final whistle. And New Zealand have survived against Fiji, and they go through to yet another cup final and a chance to make it 4 cup successes this season. On their way, you feel now, will be an inevitable 12th title. New Zealand 19, Fiji 14. Well, Well, they are breathing very, very hard in New Zealand. They'll get a bit of a break now before the Cup final. They'll play either Canada or Scotland. And again, remember, South Africa losing the plate semi-finals, which does New Zealand a whole heap of favours in terms of winning the HSBC Sevens World Series. Let's hear from Seb Lausier. He's with Scott Curry.
An exhausted Scott Curry, I think. Scott, you just held on.
Yeah, I mean, they really come back at us in that second half, and it was desperate D that got us that win. So,
what did Titch say ahead of that game? There have been so many ding-dongs between the two of you this season.
yeah, we talked about that. We owe them one because they have got up over us a couple of times. So it's good to get away with a good win. For